God bless you and welcome. My name is Patricia, and I want to talk to you for a brief few minutes about you being rooted in God, you standing your ground, and you trust in God. You see, in the book of Kings, Second Kings, there's a king that is called Hezekiah. And this was such an amazing story to me because Hezekiah, first of all, he had a relationship with God and he loved God and he feared God. So he had a relationship with God for himself. And what happened to him was that there was this king of Assyria that they were honoring, and he decided he didn't want to honor him anymore. And they were threatening Hezekiah and coming against him. So for peace, Hezekiah decided, look, let me honor you. Let me give you some gold and let me give you. And he gave him tons of gold and stuff. But the king's ego was offended. He was offended. So nothing Hezekiah gave, and as much as he gave, it didn't satisfy him. So he was threatening him and telling him all these horrible things that he was going to do. He was going to come against Judah. He was going to destroy them. And there's one thing is someone threatening you, and you don't know that they have the power to back it up. But this king of Assyria had the armies. He had the soldiers, and he had the determination to destroy them. So Hezekiah, from the time he heard the words, from the time he sent the message to Hezekiah, sometimes we hear words, and we let it sink into. Hezekiah ran to God. He ran to God and he went to God and tell God, listen, this is what they're saying and this is what's going on. And immediately God had a prophet. God had a prophet. It's important for you to have a man of God, a man or woman God in your life that hears from God for you, that hears for you. Amen? And when Hezekiah went to God answered him through his prophet. And the prophet sent assurance. God said, don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry. He's going to take care of it. Don't worry. But then the king will threaten them again. And he will get scared. He will go to God again. And Hezekiah and the prophet Isaiah will tell him, God says, don't worry. You got it. God told him not to worry. He told them that they would laugh at their enemies. He told them that the enemy wouldn't be able to throw just one arrow. He told them that they would be just fine. God is telling you in your situation now that you may be like King Hezekiah, and there may be people coming against you and speaking against you, speaking to you and threatening you, and they have the power to destroy you. It could be for your house, it could be the bank, it could be jobs, it could be your marriage, it could be a relationship with your kids, it could be you may have child support issues, it could be whatever your situation is. And I'm not talking about that they're small, but these people are big and giants, and their word have weight, and they have the power to back it up. I'm saying to you, you know your God. And God is saying to you, he's sending me this morning to tell you, he's saying to you that he got you. He's saying to you that it'll be all right. Don't worry what you're seeing. Don't worry about them. He's going to take care of them. In the end, what happened with Hezekiah? That king, overnight, God caused the angel to kill 185,000 of his soldiers. Overnight, just like that. So I declare to you right now that there'll be a suddenly in your life. It's going to be a suddenly turn around. It's going to be a suddenly change. Overnight, it would seem like you would wake up one morning and it's like, what happened? Where did they go? This is the God that you serve. And God is here to tell you that don't worry about it. Just like he did for Hezekiah, and just like he destroyed the soldiers, he's going to do it for you. Amen? You see, he's going to fight for you. And not just that, when the soldiers were killed, the king ran. And he ran and he thought he was safe. He went and bowed down in his temple to his God. But when he think he was safe, his own sons executed him. His own sons killed him. So God cut that king off so he could never come back. God is cutting off the head of your king, of the enemy that's coming against you right now. Whatever your situation is, God is taking it away. He's not just defeating them, but he's taking them and destroying them so they could come back at you no more. Amen? He says in the book of 2 Kings 19 and 30, he says, O people of Judah, those of you who have escaped, you have escaped the ravages of the siege. You shall become a great nation again. Your roots shall go deep. Send your roots deep. Send your foundation deep. Amen? And let it go in the soil, and you will bear fruit for God again. You would flourish again. You would do all that God says that you would do for him. Amen? Stay rooted. Stay grounded. Send it back. You see, because in situations like that, your fear just comes. to terrify you, to paralyze you. But let that fear be a visitor and let it not be a permanent tenant in your life. Amen? Let your roots go deep. Let your foundations go wide, because what you're building is very, very tall. So you need to have a big, strong foundation to sustain where God is taking you, the heights where God is taking you. My name is Patricia, and I'm from the Love of Jesus World Outreach Center here in Patterson. If you don't know Jesus, ask him to come into your life. Ask him to change you. Ask him to bless you. Ask him to clean you. And you could become like what King Hezekiah was, have a relationship with God and watch God defeat your enemies for you. Watch him turn stuff around. Just allow your roots to go deep and have that strong foundation in God. God bless you.